Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is how to use the company mascot, Pikachu. So looking at Pikachu Stats, you think, well, it's not that great. It has decent speed, but it's just a not evolved Pokemon. What's it going to do? That's nothing. Well, the item that Pikachu gets is called a Light Ball, and it ends up doubling its special attack and attack. So those stats end up looking something like this. Yeah, you get comparable to 160 base attack or 150 base special attack with that 90 speed. Consider a Mega Stone for purely offense for Pikachu. You do lose your itemization, but it doesn't matter because you have Light Ball. You're already getting so many stats, you can't pass it up. So when you also look at Pikachu, you see that's electric type, and that's not bad at all either, because just you have one weakness to ground. Even though ground is common, it's the only thing you have to worry about. A couple of resistances as a pure electric type, and you hit water and flying super effective. So that's not bad at all. You get a good amount of stab, tons of damage, and you're good to go. Now, hopping into Pokemon Showdown, we kind of get to see the weight of all this. So right here, I have a Jolly Pikachu, because interestingly enough, Pikachu has a higher attack. You think of the electric type, which makes you think of special attacks, which makes you think that, like, you know, Pikachu using Thunderbolt and Thundershock and stuff. But really, it's actually stronger physically, which is weird. So with the Jolly Nature, you're over 210 attack at level 50, which is comparable to, you know, almost 420 at level 100. Actually, let's go and do some math. Right here, we just pop into level 100, and yeah, you got 209, which means you're almost at that 420 at level 100 for attack. That's huge, and that's at a Jolly Nature. If we went into an Adamant Nature, we're almost at 460. So that's just an idea of how much power the Light Ball gives Pikachu, and that's why its base stats start looking so high. But I was thinking that because it has that 90 base speed, you're going to need to get the most out of your speed as possible with that Jolly Nature, which still isn't too bad. Over 150 with that speed boost, or with the nature and the speed. So you can become very strong. As long as you outspeed your opponent, they're gone, is how I see this. So Pikachu gets access to Fake Out, free high amount of chip damage. You know, you just fake them out, first turn, getting a little extra damage, and then you have a good amount of coverage. Pikachu gets Brick Break. You can slam into a Tyranitar or a Pokemon that's trying to hide behind screens and get a good amount of damage. You have Knock Off. I believe it's a transfer move, but Knock Off does extra damage if they're holding an item, removes the item, and it's just going to be a huge, powerful hit against Ghost-type Pokemon or anything that's weak against Dark. So there's a lot of strength in that, but your bread and butter is going to be Volt Tackle. It's the Brave Bird for flying types. So imagine if if Talonflame had an extra, you know, 100 and something attack. Like, Choice Band Talonflame level damage on a Pikachu. That's ridiculous, and that's what Pikachu can do. Sure, you don't have the stab, but it's just an idea of how much damage potential Pikachu has with an electric type attack, so you're going to have some good ways of just destroying people, and it's really nice. Now, if we go into the special tag Pikachu, it gets really interesting because Surfing Pikachu is a real thing. For those of you guys who had a Pokewalker and went through all the events and stuff, you can have a Surfing Pikachu. Surf Thunderbolt on one Pokemon is very strong. That's a high amount of base damage, and then you also have, you know, a good amount of stab from Thunderbolt. I also see Charge Beam as a really nice option, because if you can either secure, like, you're guaranteed a KO if it's a water type Pokemon for the most part. So I mean, if you know you can secure that KO, go with Charge Beam. If it's a super effective hit or the Pokemon's low on health, go with Charge Beam. Just get free strength in that special attack boost, and then now you have stronger Surf, stronger Grass Knot for those ground water type Pokemon. So your coverage is going to be pretty solid overall. Now, while your special attack isn't as crazy as your attack, it's still really high at over 200. It's pretty strong. Pretty strong. Also, we didn't discuss the Lightning Rod ability. It's your best ability option. Static, chance of paralysis. I don't really know how to think about that, so we got that. Unfortunately, though, you can't have Surf and Lightning Rod because it's a hidden ability, and I'm pretty sure you can't get the hidden ability on the Surfing Pikachu. So just Static if you want to use Surf, that's the only way you can match it up, but Lightning Rod if you don't have the Surf. And then we are looking at the other kinds of Pikachus. So this is Pikachu with the Adamant Nature, just showing off how strong it is. But remember, it's going to be slower, so you're going to need to find a good way to play this guy out. If you can get it with Sticky Web, or if you can have a Tailwind boost, or maybe even a Baton Pass with a couple speed boosts, Now we're getting scary. I also have Body Slam here because Pikachu does get Body Slam if you don't want Knockoff or Brick Break, or even Fake Out, because Fake Out, just kind of free damage, hopefully a Sash Break kind of idea. But if you don't want to worry about that, you know, you can just have Body Slam instead. Hits minimize, does a great amount of damage, chance to paralyze, can't really go wrong. And then same if you're going to, it would be the same special attack set here, but the Modest Nature just showing you how much special attack bulk you can have. Pikachu gets strong. Like if you can get its speed, or if you can like have that Sticky Web or something, and it outspeeds, it's going to KO to a ridiculous extent with that Light Ball. So if you guys enjoyed this video, that was how to use Pikachu. Hope you all have a nice day.